What's going on, everybody? Stupid Up 1096 here, and I was literally about to, I just got out of the shower, I was about to sit down and record my Chronicle Structure Deck video, like, literally about to record the Structure Deck video opening, and Konami did this. Konami has released a emergency ban list of sorts. So if you guys don't know, an emergency ban list is something that has happened, like, I think once, maybe twice before this, where they release a ban list prior to the quote-unquote scheduled ban list. Now that ban lists aren't really all that scheduled anymore, but they banned a bunch of stuff, and a bunch of really good stuff, might I add. Arch Nemesis Protos, no idea why they took this thing off the ban list. And I also have no idea why it remained unbanned for so long. Arch Nemesis Protos is just a card that says you don't get to play the game anymore, and you're going to notice that a lot with a lot of the cards that are on this list. Just anything that can turbo this thing out. Basically, when this thing comes out, you're able to call an attribute. It destroys all monsters of that attribute, and your opponent cannot, I believe it's special summon monsters of the same attribute. So let's use Blue Eyes, for example, right? Or better yet, let's do a more meta-relevant card, Yummy. If you do Protos, call Yummy going second, it's a board wipe for a pretty decent OTK, but if you go first, your opponent cannot, I forget if it's special summon or use the abilities of those monsters, so Yummy is just completely shut down. So it's about damn time that they took Protos off the list. I think that this is up there with a unbanned mistake along the lines of Fairy Tail Snow. Fairy Tail Snow should not have come off the ban list. It immediately got put back on. Protos should not have been here as long as it has, so I'm glad it's gone. Mjolnir is another one of those cards that you give to your opponent and it says that they cannot play the game, because Mjolnir is a card that says you special summon to your opponent's side of the field, and your opponent cannot special summon, or if you have this card on your side of the field, you cannot summon monsters except artifact monsters until the end of your next turn. So for 2 turns, you're locked into artifact monsters. So unless you're playing the one rogue artifact player, your opponent's not playing the game. So what you can do is you can set this up on your opponent's side of the field, and then on your next turn, easily get rid of it, and then you just walk over them because they can't play the game. So super glad to see Mjolnir gone. Bear Statue Drought and Bear Statue Inferno, both cards are cards that say as long as it's on the field you cannot special summon except their corresponding types, being earth and fire. Inferno being super searchable off of Banshee, and I believe Drought, I forget what deck Drought was playing. I know there's like some funny ancient gear stuff that goes on with Drought, but Inferno is super easily searchable off Banshee. Any rank 4 deck that can just shit out monsters like nobody's business without normal summoning, and then can make Banshee add Inferno, normal summon Inferno, you just lock your opponent out. So really glad that this thing's gone. Fossil, Dyna, Pachycephalic. This thing is banned. This is another one of those annoying monsters that say you don't get to play the game. Again, any rank 4 that could just turbo out monsters out the ass is able to add this from deck to hand, normal summon it, so now your opponent cannot do stuff. It's a floodgate. This whole ban list is floodgates, and I'm so happy that they're gone. Evil Swarm Ouroboros. I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't seen this deck be played much, so I haven't really paid attention to it. But I'm assuming it's on here for a reason. Evil Swarm Ouroboros. Once per turn, detach one material from this card, then activate one of these effects. Each effect can only be used once while this card is placed upon the field. So it takes 3 level 4s, so you can use all 3 effects. If I'm understanding that correctly, you can use all 3 of these effects in one turn, just you can only use each effect once per turn. Target one card your opponent controls, return that target to the hand. Send one random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. Target one card in your opponent's graveyard to finish the target. So yeah, mainly the hand rip thing is what I'm curious about, because if you make this thing going first, you can just hand rip your opponent, and the specific wording is send a random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. It is not a your opponent chooses a card to discard. It is not a you get to choose. So it's completely random. Theoretically, you could just mill a bunch of shit from your opponent, and then if that card has a graveyard effect, like let's say you send a Maiden from Blue Eyes, you can just use the other effect to banish it, so now they can't even get it back by special summoning Blue Eyes, which again, I'm using rogue tactics right now, but I'm familiar with the Blue Eyes deck, so I'm comparing to that. I'm sure there's 1.5 million other competitive analogies that I could use. I'm just not super involved in like the high end of competitive right now. I've been playing Blue Eyes, so that's what I know. D-Barrier is another one of those cards that I am super glad that it's gone. It is very much searchable off of thrust. You're able to basically just say no to anything your opponent plays except links. The only thing that this thing doesn't hit is links. It's able to hit rituals, fusion, exe, synchro. Basically, you use, if your opponent ashes you and you have thrust in the hand, you do thrust at D-Barrier, set D-Barrier, during opponent's draw phase, activate D-Barrier. If you know what they're playing, you call the thing that they summon. So for example, if you know that they're playing Yummy, you say call synchro, because Link isn't on here. They can't summon Herald, they can't summon any of the snatchy cards. It's completely out of the question. I am sad for rogue strategies that like use this, because I've used this card a lot. I'm not gonna sit here and act like, oh, I'm higher than thou. No, I've used this card a lot in my rogue strategies, and it's helped me out a lot. And it is a card that you're able to play around, but floodgates like this just need to go. Need to go completely. Like, when they put Shifter to 1, the fact that they had a deck like K9VS that could still play Shifter, no. Cards like Shifter need to go, cards like Droll need to go, and this leaves me curious as to, because I've heard like bits and pieces of rumors that the next ban list was scheduled for December. We got this emergency ban list, so I'm curious if we're still getting the ban list in December, or are they going to hold off till after YCS Richmond? Because that would make sense. Releasing a ban list as an event during the 300th YCS does make a lot of sense. So I'm curious if they made this emergency ban list as a means to tie players off until after YCS Richmond. And if that is the case, I really hope that they come out and say, hey guys, we're delaying the ban list until the 300th YCS to make a big event out of it. To tie you guys over, we went ahead and banned these unfun cards, because there's been some discussion about like certain cards that like this format's really great, except for these few cards that pop up every now and again that just infuriate us as players. And a lot of people came to the synopsis of, why are these cards just not banned then? If everyone's like, it's really great except for cards X, Y, and Z, and everyone says they want cards X, Y, and Z gone, why don't I just go ahead and nip it in the bud, get rid of it? So it looks like they're going that way. It looks like they're moving away from a floodgate control-y play style and moving toward turn 0 plays, which I'm a little on the fence with turn 0 plays. I like them, but I don't like them at the same time. But between turn 0 plays and floodgates, I'll take turn 0 all day, baby. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Is this a, do you agree with their approach to this? Do you think that they should have held off on releasing these until December? Or did these just nuke your entire play strategy at locals? So let me know in the comments down below. But that's gonna do it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, come over, take a video, make sure to hit that subscribe button, something as a whole. I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.